I do remember saying once that car blew up, Fast and Furious wishes, because they do wish.
Like, that was a good. I thought all the explosions were very like good and like controlled. Like none of them were like huge. Like even the building, like only the top floor blew up. Like the car, like the back of it blew up. Like they just like didn't look over the top. Like the whole building wasn't collapsing.
Fast and Furious wishes.
You know. But,
and I will say this loud and proud: Fast and Furious does wish. Like I will come for Fast and Furious every day of the week. Hi, I'm Danielle.
And I'm Belle.
And this is the Black Catch-Up, where we're catching up on iconic black media we missed out on in our more conservative religious childhood.
So today was Rush Hour.
Yes, it was. So starting off with the IMDb. A loyal and dedicated Hong Kong inspector teams up with a reckless and loudmouth LAPD detective to rescue the Chinese consul's kidnapped daughter while trying to arrest a dangerous crime lord ring along the way.
This was a long, like, intro. Usually
the
summary's like
one sentence,
one line.
And
I'm like, alright, I guess that's what the movie was. But alright, so I guess as usual, things we liked, our favorite parts. You want to start first?
Sure. I said that Chris Tucker's character, Carter, was just a likable character. He was very charismatic, fun, funny. I just really liked him.
Yeah, no, I had the same thing written down. Like, Chris Tucker was, like, just very funny throughout the whole movie. Yeah. Like, he was likable, and, like, both in the movie, like, within the movie world, like, he had, like, a bunch of connections everywhere, and, like, even, like, when he was talking to the bad guys, like, he still was, like, kind of likable, and, like, they would stop and, like, hear what he had to say. So, I said that, But I also liked his dynamic with Jackie Chan. Like, I just thought they had a really, like, fun dynamic going. Like, he's kind of, like, the very loud, confident one, and Jackie Chan's, like, alright, I'm, like, a little more laid back, but, like, I'm very just methodical. Like, I know I can beat people up, you know?
Yeah.
So, I just thought their, like, chemistry together on screen worked very well.
Yeah. Going off of that, I said that the war song scene, when they were, like, singing, "War, what is it good for?" That was really fun to me. It was when I think they finally, like, passed over that enemies to friends type of thing. Because this was a classic kind of buddy cop kind of thing where they started off as enemies and then they become friends. Yeah. And I think that scene really, like, encapsulated it where they were, like, teaching each other, like, how to dance and, like, how to disarm guns and all this other stuff. And I thought it was really fun.
Yeah. I actually liked the kind of music and, like, singing, dancing theme throughout. Like, there were a couple scenes where, like, Chris Tucker was dancing. Yeah. Like, I think after he, like, blew up that one car, like, Michael Jackson starts playing. He, like, does a little move. Like, there was that scene. Even, like, the scene where the little girl was singing in the car. I thought that was funny, too.
I loved it.
So, I just thought, like, the soundtrack was good and how they, like, incorporated it into the movie and had people singing, dancing throughout the movie. And it didn't really feel, like, out of place, really. Yeah. Like, it definitely was, like, funny and, like, you know it wouldn't happen, like, in those scenarios. At least the dancing, but it was just, like, kind of fun, you know?
Yeah, I get that. I also said I liked a lot of the fight choreography. Now, some of it was unbelievable, I think, especially towards the big final fight scene. But a lot of it, for the most part, was just, like, really fun and, like, well choreographed. And just, like, showed how badass Jackie Chan is. Like, that was it.
Yeah, no, I had the same thing written down. Like, I like the fight scenes, as well as, there were a couple good, like, parkour-y scenes, you know? Like, him, like, jumping through, like, that first scene where he gets out the car and is, like, jumping through car windows, and he ends up, like, in the taxi. Like, I thought those kind of scenes were cool.
And even the scene where he was still attached to the steering wheel. And
Yeah, I think the steering wheel fight might have been one of my favorite moments.
I like the bar scene. That entire bar scene, I just liked it.
I like the bar scene, because I like how he, like, in the beginning, he was, like, kind of losing, but then he kind of, like, got in his bag toward the end. Yeah. Like, he got that first stick, and was just like, whoosh, and then he got the second one, it's like, okay, Jackie, like...
That's good.
Alright, did I have anything else? Yeah, I think that was all I had. That was about all I had.
That's pretty much all I have, too.
So, now we'll get into, like, the more problematic scenes.
Slash stuff we just did.
Yeah. For me, there wasn't, like, too much. There were a couple, like, I guess, like, Chinese people jokes and, like...
Yeah, I just said, like, general Asian stereotypes. Because he wasn't keeping it, like, specific.
Yeah, that was very expected, though.
Yeah, it was expected, but it was also, like, wow. Especially considering how diverse the cast was. Because there were very few white people in this cast.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, you got, like, all these people here, and you're making fun of all of them now?
Yeah.
But I just mostly wrote it especially because of how diverse the cast was. I was like, wow. Especially for for 98.
No, it was like very diverse, but it's fine.
Yeah.
The only other thing I had was the relationship between him and his partner. His partner in the girl who's like the bomb diffuser.
Okay, yeah.
That was like just like a weird example of like workplace harassment. That's like all I was thinking the whole time. Like, because like they didn't really do anything with it. Like it almost seemed like they were gonna like push a romance, but they never really did.
But they didn't do that.
Like I guess she kind of helped him out at the end, but like.
So good on them for not pushing romance. Yeah. Bad on them for doing that though.
Yeah, for like. Yeah, he kind of like it was like just like workplace
just
harassment, like you know. But yeah, I think that was the only two things I really noticed.
That's all I have too.
Okay, yeah. It wasn't that like I expected worse. I think but yeah, I thought it was good. You know. So rating is it rating time?
Yes, rating time.
Rating time. I guess I'll go first.
Okay.
I gave this one a 4. Yeah, I just thought it was like a lot of fun, like a really just fun experience. Like again, like their dynamic on screen was just like very high energy, very just fun to watch. So I really like that, and then I love the fight choreography as well.
Yeah.
I think some of the only things I really take away from this is I'm not really into the buddy cop movies that much.
Yeah.
You know, but again, this one I did kind of like it, and then the other thing is. Maybe I wasn't paying attention, but I wasn't really clear on their motives. You know, like everyone's almost.
Oh.
Like, yeah. Like I like looked it up later and like figured out that like he like there was like a turnover of government and like raided and got the artwork and stuff like that. But like throughout the movie, I wasn't really sure about that. You know.
Yeah.
So that made it like not harder to get behind, but like I still don't really know. Jackie Chan's connection to the girl. Like,
yeah, I looked that up too, and I didn't know.
I still don't exactly know what that was.
Very
but like he seemed very invested in it, and that's where like I'm like, okay, what's the motivation? Like,
yeah,
obviously you two are like familiar with each other.
I think it's because maybe he's friends with her dad or something like that. But then
our
dad's friends, like, I'm not friends with them.
Yeah, so I'm guessing it's like an uncle type situation. Like we have like aunts and uncles who aren't exactly related to us, but So that's what I'm like guessing it was, but again, that wasn't clearly stated. And then like I didn't know this whole thing was about art until like maybe at the end. Yeah. So it's just like I wasn't really clear on the people's motives for doing everything. But yeah, I gave it a 4. Just had a lot of fun watching this one.
I gave this one a 3.5 for a lot of the same reasons you did. I just found it enjoyable and fun. It was a classic buddy cop film. And I will say, as far as buddy cop films, it's one of the better ones. I don't think I like buddy cop films in general. Like, just seeing this, I'm like, maybe I don't like this genre, just because they're all more or less the same.
Yeah, like, they had a lot of, like, very, like, tropey things that happened,
they did some tropey things. But it wasn't, like, bad. But I think on the terms of buddy cops, this is a very good one. But I know I've seen bad ones that have, like, I guess... jaded me, and I don't like them that much.
Tainted our view on buddy cop films.
I will also say sometimes the music / the special sound effects got a little cartoony for my taste. Where all of a sudden you'd like hear the slapping in a way that you like expected someone to go or like little squiggles to appear above their head or something like that. And I also think the last fight lasted a little too long.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the last
aspects. Like not every bit of it, but like I liked Chris Tucker's thing when he went up against that final big bad guy and like defeated him. But like when Jackie Chan was going against those two guys and he was like holding up the vase, that was fine for like a little, but it just kept going on and on and on and on. And I was like, what?
My biggest problem with the end was him hanging from the pole. Like I thought that was just like I don't know.
That scene also lasted.
It made me like I just didn't like the scene really. I was like, because as someone who's like I don't work out or anything like often, but like hanging from like a pull-up bar is difficult, you know. Like so hanging from like that wide thing, no grip on your fingers, and someone hanging on to you. Like I understand he's Jackie Chan and whatnot, but that part I don't know why that was the part I couldn't believe. But
I was fine with that, but it just got to a point where like he was just on for so long.
Yeah, no, exactly.
And it just like I believe he could because Jackie Chan can do anything. But
I don't know.
I personally believe he could do it, but I just think that it lasted a touch too long for my taste. Especially once Chris Tucker finally realized that he was up there.
Yeah.
They were just kind of staying there for a while, and like there were longer pauses there too, almost as though they filmed those two bits separately and then jammed them together, and it just like lasted a long time. And I was like, why are we still here? Can can anybody help him? Like, let's just hurry this along. Like, come on.
Yeah, that end scene was just kind of dragged out as a whole. But, yeah, I guess, final question. Do you wish you saw it sooner? Yeah, for me, I said, like, a yes. Like, I don't know. I just, like the movie. This is a movie that's kind of been on my list for, like, years.
Yeah.
Like, I've heard my friends talk about it a lot. Like, I just see it a lot. Like, this movie comes up a lot. I like Chris Tucker. Again, Jackie Chan's fun to watch, so, like, I definitely kind of wish I saw it sooner. It was a fun movie.
I'm gonna say no. Just basic. I did enjoy it now, but I will say I don't have the friends who are like, you should see this movie.
Yeah.
I don't have that background, so it's like when I see it now, seeing it now is fine. I'm also not that familiar with Chris Tucker's work, so this would inspire me to see more of his stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm fine seeing it now.
All right. I guess we did see. He was in Friday. So.
It was in. Oh, I guess.
Yeah, that's the other Chris Tucker movie we watched. But
Chris Tucker.
But yeah, I haven't seen much Chris Tucker movies either. But I'm trying to think. I feel like I guess he has a stand-up. He probably has like stand-ups that I think I've watched a while ago. And honestly, usually Chris Tucker's a little too over the top for me. Like just a little too like always like animated. But this one I didn't think it was that bad.
Yeah.
So,
he's one of those people that I could see being like, he's always on, and can someone turn him off, please?
Yeah, no, exactly. And so I was kind of expecting to get that feeling, which might be why I didn't watch it sooner, because I feared not liking Chris Tucker.
Yeah.
You know, just because he.
I get that.
You know, so but yeah, I thought it was good.
That was Rush Hour, guys.
Yeah. So YouTube housekeeping. Like, comment, subscribe.
Ring the bell for notifications. You can also comment your movie suggestions. We do movies on Tuesdays and Fridays. And on Sundays, we do TV and music. And all of our socials will be linked in the description down below.
All right.
And we'll see you next time to catch up.
Yep.
Bye. Guy. How did no one find him suspicious before that point?
Slimy.
He looked so suspicious when he first came on the scene.
Yeah.
So like you see him on the videotape first, as you pointed out, because I didn't even remember he was on the videotape. But as soon as he came in, I was like, oh, he's the bad guy, isn't he?
And I was like, yeah, he was from that videotape. I remember that face.
And I was like,
videotape?
What videotape? And you were like, oh yeah, remember that videotape? And I was like, oh, I just was going off of his vibe and that hug.
Yeah, no, his vibe throughout the whole movie. And then when the counselor was at the podium and he was in the back, like he just looked creepy. Then when he came up and like covered the mic, he looked creepy. Then when everyone like left and he was just standing there, he looked creepy throughout the whole thing. So it turned out to be the leader of Juntao, of course, you know.